Hello and welcome to this build. It is a build situated just outside Harper's Ferry. It was my friend's build, Scorpio, who is online logged in with me and another friend. We were just chatting whilst I recorded the footage. I forgot to turn off the display. I do when I get the day footage, so that will adjust later on. Now, when I was asked to do this, it's fine in one way recording, but I was afraid I would not do the build justice. These builds, a lot of time and patience and effort goes into building a home like this. You'll see it on the screen and think, oh, that was easy. Threw it together in what, a couple of hours or 20 minutes. But these things take hours, and certain things you have to try and get it just right and get it all in there, position everything. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. Key feature of this build is the dog there. The build is actually called the Dog's House. You will see the name of the building soon. There are certain things that I really like about it, like just outside here there's a little, here you can see there's a little place to sit, just hidden away. There's also a shower area on the right hand side here where the flamingos are. Brewing station. It has all the modern amenities and crafting tables, etc., vending, the lot. Really, it has it all. But there are some pretty, ingenious ideas, like the power armor station in the doorway, things like that, and all the benches, and water purifier glitched in there by accident, but a happy little accident. There's also nice walkways, and obviously the view is the main thing when you're building up high, as this is overlooking Harper's Ferry. You want to encompass the view and bring that into the build. So you've got, obviously there you go, the name, the doghouse. There are certain aspects of it that I really like, really enjoy. It was a nice place to be and hang out. Very clever, and yeah, the suspension bridge is there, that using the electrical wires to make it look like suspension. It's very clever. Nice little place to sit with a wood stove outside to just keep you warm on those slightly chillier Appalachian nights. There's not much more I can say about this. A constant problem is with having a camp like this is people would come and be mean to the dog. I don't think I need to elaborate any further than that. And yeah, it can be an issue. I kind of blame Bethesda though, because there is a recipe, dog steaks or something. It's a pretty awful one. If you're a fan of dogs, there's a nice shower. This is the shower bit. We can see it in full entirety. Scorpio was telling me he did want to try and get a sort of grate in the bottom. I kind of thought about how you could do a grate type. You could do the grate type fitting. You could probably do that and put that. But yeah, the way the conduits are used to make the shower is very clever, and the cabinet glitched into the wall. Or not glitched into the wall, should I say, just pushed into the wall. The lighting, everything else, it's all just nicely adjusted and on the cliff's edge. Yeah, this is a nighttime view, but yeah, here we go during the day. He was also telling me that combat rifle spawns at a location near there, so he used to go and take it for steel and stuff, or to sell it for caps, whatever you want to use them for. Resources, we all use our resources, especially ones close to our camp. I particularly like that with the dog boulders and everything, because that spawns there, and the owners were actually under that desk there, which is why that's there. So which are the two skeletons that are up on this. Obviously you can't see the skeletons at all, they're kind of completely out of view, because you really probably don't want a couple of skeletons. I would think you would, once you set up a camp and the skeletons are in there, I think they should disappear temporarily while you're there, because you would do the honourable thing and bury the skeletons. We might be surviving the wasteland, but we're not savages. Yeah, it's a quite clever design. And nice place to hang out with your friends. Workshop again. This is obviously the daylight footage, so you can see it a bit clearer. All your tinkers, armourers, and the fusion generator. Also, the advantage with doing a higher build is you tend to get less enemies and mobs attacking. It occasionally happens, but rarely. The only disadvantage of being up here on the rock was the fact that rock is very hard to build on. It very rarely lets you put anything through it. You know, not like dirt. You've got a lot more design you can do with it, and there's certainly a lack of crops. I think Scorpio had an issue with that. It's quite lucky to get that purifier in there. But yeah, you can see Harper's Ferry as we swing the camera around violently. I do apologise, I was trying to do it all on the joystick, and I was also talking at the time, so you know, being a man, it's very hard for me to do two things at once, as I have to remark on my streams. But yeah, the bar there, the blue boxes, we've always remarked they look like beer coolers, so you perhaps ice buckets, have your ice in there, and a couple of beers you found out in the wasteland, just cooler, so you can have chilled cold beer on a hot summer's evening. But yeah, there's the name of the doghouse. Everything else is the pool table and all the modern facilities. One thing, yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering when Bethesda would actually let us be able to put pool cues on our pool tables, if ever at all. But the dog is obviously the main focus. At the end of this, I've got a few shots of Scorpio and the dog, and parts of the house that I particularly like. But yeah, and also there's a little sleeping bag there for the dog, the globe, a few house plants, the mats on the. I like that. It's a nice touch, which I might be copying that sort of thing. I'd like to do a similar sort of build to this. I think a house. I've currently got a barn for Bob, but Bob is notorious for pinching Scorpio's locations. Scorpio built a place near the waterfall, and then Bob had a camp there afterwards. So, but yeah, this is drawing to a close, so I'll say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tour of Scorpio's house, the dog house. We shall see you all next time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps me out no end. Thank you. Goodbye.